Hello, and welcome to a video on how to write pseudocode, which can be used to plan out programs on Python. Pseudocode is basically code written to look more in normal English than actual code. On the screen at the moment, I have a basic code, which if I run it, it will print out my channel name and ask if I would like to print it again or end the program. You do not have to worry about what each of the functions do at the moment, such as while loops, etc. Instead, I'll just talk you through what each line of this code is doing. First, there is a variable being set, where it's called on. There is then a while loop being run, which makes an infinite loop until the user decides to end it. It then, whilst the while loop is running, prints random Python tutorial each time. It then creates a variable called answer, which allows the user to input what they would like to do with the line of code. Would they repeat it, or would they like to end the program? It will then check what the answer is equal to. If the answer is no, then this will turn the menu off, which is basically turning the while loop off. If the answer is not equal to yes, then it will say that it's not a valid input, as this would mean it would not be yes or no. I do not have a function to say if the answer is yes, because nothing needs to happen if the answer is yes. So now, we will look at the pseudocode I have written for this program, and I'll talk you through what each line does here. This is saying the menu is on, like it does on the actual code. Now, the actual functions such as while loops, etc., they're put in capitals for pseudocodes. And also, instead of having a colon, I have then to make it more English. I also do not have a double equals, as this is more to do with code. So then, after I've written while the menu is on, it will then print random Python tutorials. If you've noticed already, I haven't got speech marks around these, as you don't need them for pseudocode. I've then still got the variable answer is equal to the input, but once again, no speech marks. It then checks if the answer is equal to no. It then has then again instead of a colon. It is then setting the menu to equal off. It is then seeing if the answer is not equal to yes, but instead of having an exclamation mark, which is for coding, I have not instead, because this is more English. So then after another then, you have print, sorry but this is not a valid input, line will now repeat, which once again has no speech marks. I then have end if, which is just saying this is the end of the if statement. And this is used in pseudocode because it helps the user. I then have end while, because this is ending the whole of the while loop. So what you want to know about pseudocode is you just need to have it as English. You don't want it exactly like code. You want to make certain things look more English than code. Like I was showing you about the then. You change all the colons to be then, as this is a lot easier for people to understand than a colon. You remove speech marks, you do not need them, as this is making it more English again. And yeah, there's not really much difference. You just have to make sure you have end if and end while. Or if you have things such as for loops and stuff, you go next for for loops and other functions. Now I'll get rid of that because that's not part of the pseudocode there. So I hope you've learnt something new, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I'll see you in the next video. And please put any feedback in the comments if I haven't been clear in this video, or you'd like me to cover anything else to do with pseudocode.